everybody in? Is everybody in? Is everybody in? It's time for the ritual to begin.
I go with dancing in the rain. I think that's fun. Oh, yes. I like that the hand tracker tracks my hands every time I take a sip. Tonight, I am drinking Maker's Mark whiskey, which is a very fine Kentucky bourbon. And right now, to wash it down, is some Shiner Bock, which is from Texas. And it's brewed from a fine artesian well. But it just tastes like beer to me. When I used to work at this place that was a dining establishment, right? And they had a delivery service. So we had some delivery drivers. And there was this one dude, let's just call him Frank. In case, for some reason, he might be one of the two people in chat for some weird coincidence. But, Frank, he would always brag about stuff like how he was a Gap underwear model, about basically anything you said you could do, he would always claim he could do better. And he would always have a story that, you know, some big outlandish story that basically would prove how, you know, how much better he could do whatever you were talking about. You know, he was always like a one-upper. And basically, so he would always come in with some wild and crazy stories. I even remember one time I was sitting in the break room and this crazy man came in and he was holding a bag of white powder and he was like, "Hey, I found this out in the parking lot. I think it might be some cocaine." Well, do you want to try some? I'm like, no way. Some random powder out in the parking lot? What the hell? And all of a sudden, he dipped his finger in it and he started tasting it. And I was like, so he's better? Yeah, I'm sure he is if you said you were. Yeah, he probably would. He'd have a story about blowing 10 dudes if you said that you were good at giving blowjobs. He always had one. But yeah, he like tasted the mysterious powder, right? And he didn't die, but yeah, he gave the expression like, "Oh, that ain't cocaine." I was like, of course it isn't, dumbass. It's probably a bag of plaster or something that someone left in, or baby powder, who knows? But one night, he told the Whopper that kept me and the rest of the staff laughing for like months and years to come. We were talking, I think we got on the subject of, yes, one of the delivery drivers was talking about coming back from a delivery where a girl was in like lingerie and was very scantily clad dressed. And Frank, like he always does, had to come up with a better and bigger story that was, you know, 100% true. Yeah, who would drop a bag of cocaine? Unless they were running from the cops. But basically though, yeah, after the one driver said, told his story about the girl in the lingerie coming to the door, then that's when old Frank was like, "Well, yeah, you know, well, let me use another voice. Hey, yeah, you know, you guys, what happened? The other night, I delivered to a hotel. And when I got to that hotel, there was 3 women and they were all smoke shows. And they were all playing strip poker. And I went in, they invited me in, gave me drinks, had me play strip poker with them. And then I slept with all three of them after I beat them in strip poker. And then they took me out to breakfast the next morning. So we were all sitting there like, well, first of all, how did you do that and finish your shift? But you are crazy. That never happened. That never happened at all. And then he told another story about when he was with one of the chicks, that when she was on top, that he started spinning her, like literally spinning her on top of his private area like a top. And I was like, no, I think it would break if it did that. Yes, Frank is full of stinky grumpy. Yes, he is. But every time me and my coworkers would come in after that story, every time we'd run into each other, we'd like thrust our crotch forward and do like the spinning motion, you know, do the spinning motion, and we'd be like, spinner like a top, do it, spinner. Yes, I will never forget Frank. He was an all-pro bowler, who one of our friends who bowled over 200 smoked him. Like, I don't even think he broke 80 pins. And then he was also an all-star baseball player. And then we played in a company softball game, and he dropped like every ball and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He was a barrel of monkeys. He really was. Oh, hello, Bobatidor. Yes, Frank was a weirdo. And the funny thing too was when he said he was a underwear model for Gap, he started singing like one of the Gap commercial songs. And I mean, this guy did not look like a underwear model. So, but I guess he thought if he sang like a Gap ad that we would believe him. But wherever you are, Frank, this bud's for you. I don't know. Can you spin her like a top? Can you spin her like a top? And you're also a astronaut surgeon who had sex with one of the nurses while you were performing brain surgery on a spaceship going to Mars. Yeah, possibly that would have worked, because yeah, he was straight trailer park. And that's saying a lot, being that I live in one. So, oh, these little dolls are a pain in the ass. Get out of here before they kill me. God, those dolls, they are the bane of my existence. And the problem is when you shoot them, then they turn into fire. Need to make it to the next victim. I have to save them before the zombies eat them. Oh my God, these zombies are going to eat my baby. Do, 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 do. I used my opera voice there. I didn't know they had anything to do with this either. I think originally they didn't. I do remember LucasArts being a part of it. But I don't ever originally remember Disney having any part of it. But who knows? That goofy little cruddy mouse must have got his paws on it somehow. He's probably... He probably has his paws in everything. Like anything that's animated, he's like, you know, Al Pacino in Scarface, you know, waiting to get his cut, or he'll have Goofy take you out back and he'll start working on you, like in the movie Goodfellas. Well, yeah, maybe, yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, they own all the Lucas properties. I like my version better, that he's a cartoon. He's a cartoon kingpin who's waiting to shank anyone who gets in his way. All right. Got the cheerleader. Those cheerleaders are the bane of my existence. Every time you run up on them, there'll be a zombie right on your ass. And then the cheerleader starts hopping right when you're about to collect her. So the zombie ends up eating her. It's like, hey, I'm trying to save you. I don't need you to jump on a trampoline. You know, you can do that later, but right now, while these zombies are eating us, that's a bad idea. All right, save you. I don't know why he saves the teacher that's giving him an F. Because if I had a teacher that was giving me an F and treating me like crap, she'd be zombie food. It'd be buffet time. It'd be buffet time at Les Zombies. I would hold her down, be like, hey, zombies over here. Hello, Chronicle. I can't pronounce your name. While I try to not die. But thank you for stopping in. What trick would you want me to do? I can do clowny tricks. You want one? Was that enough clown tricks for you? Ah, damn it, I died. Oh, thank you for the subscribe, Chronicle Julius. Dr. McPherson's loves you. He does. Oh, man, I got distracted. Dr. McPherson's, see his eyes glow. And he wants to give you big kitty kiss for subscribing to my channel. And he kisses real good like the French. You know, he unhinges his jaw and sinks his fangs into your face. You are petty, Roanoke. You see me struggling, trying to stream. With all these zombies trying to eat my flesh, and you're like, ha 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 ha! I'll throw them off with my verbal etiquette. Oh no, I was just making a joke. Since Luna's watching and she's an alien, I thought she could smooth it over for me. Oh yeah, it is Luna. I'm sorry, I misread your. It is Luna. She is in the game. It looks exactly like her too. That's what she looks like when you wake up in the morning next to her. It's exactly. She has a bubble gun and has like 2 mutant brains coming out of her head. And then she unhinges her alien jaw and then tries to eat whatever's in front of her. Terrifying to the bone. Chopping maw. Get this. Ah, they turned into werewolves. No. No, get away from me. Stupid werewolves. Oh man. I don't have health, do I? No. Oh man, more monsters. Stop it. Ah. Come on, show up on the map for Daddy. no. Get away from me. Get down here. Yes. Ah. Oh, man.